is a big surprise. We all like surprises, right? Who here likes surprises? Say aye!
Aye! Aye! I mean, it weren't just me saying it. You know, I mean, everyone were doing it. About 500 of him in there, I reckon. All screaming it back at him, you know, all eyeing their bloody heads off like that. Aye!
Bullshit! Bullshit! You only like the surprises you like. You only like the surprises you want, that's it. And the ones you don't want, you call those ones your problems. Now we're living in a world that's changing. It's changing so rapidly that every time you turn around you find that something's gone. Something else is in its place. Society, the ecology, technology, hashtag fake news, me too. Take the neology. These are paradigm shifts, and they're happening all around us every day and every minute. In fact, never before in the history of the world have things changed this rapidly. And so it's down to you to find that part of you that's eternal inside of yourself. So that no matter what is happening on the surface, no matter what is going on for you, around you, this part of you, it does not change. It's the part you come back to. It's the part that guides you, and it's the part that sets you alight. But you've got to know what it is. And that is what we're here to do. Together, we're going to find it. We're going to manifest it, and it's going to become your reality. Your reality. Who's with me on this? Say aye!
Aye! Oh, Jesus. They were like being sat in the House of Lords. Do you know what I mean? A really excited House of Lords, you know, all up on their feet, all bouncing around together, you know, punching the air, high-fiving. It were like the House of Lords on acid. And I mean, it weren't just the weird-looking ones either. No, I mean, I thought that there might be a type, you know, but there wasn't really. No, there's all sorts. And they're all getting involved, you know, all jumping round, you know, fist pumping each other, things like that. And I mean, he's absolutely loving it. Him up there, orchestrating, whipping them all up, you know, prowling, making sure every single person in that room is bloody well with him. And I mean, well, I didn't know what to expect, did I? So I'm just sort of stood there, gawping, you know, probably sticking out like a lump of shit in a fruit bowl. So, of course, I start joining in with it all, don't I? Yeah, I start doing all this. Woo! Let's do this! We can bloody do this! Although I've got no idea what it is that we're going to be doing exactly, but at least I'm trying to pretend that I'm up for doing it, you know, high-fiving and all that. And then suddenly, before I know what's going on, I'm in the middle of a group hug. I'm being squeezed by a sweaty middle-aged man and a hippie yoga teacher who smells like an essential oil. I'm thinking oregano, but it's far too loud to ask. So anyway, they're hugging me really tight like this. Yes, it's definitely oregano. It's roast dinnery. Anyway, very familiar. Anyway, so we're jumping round like this in a circle. And all the while I'm thinking to myself, this pelvic floor of mine is just about on its last legs. It has been for a little while, but I'm trying not to worry about that, am I? No, because I'm getting involved. That's what I'm here to do. I need to get involved because I promised Elliot I would, you see. He said, Mum, to get anything out of it, you've got to really throw yourself in. So that's what I'm doing. I'm throwing myself in for him, for Elliot. Yeah. I'm giving it all this like, woo! We can do this, we can bloody do this. And of course, I've gone and paid 500 quid for a ticket and all. So, I mean, I wasn't just going to sit there with my arms folded, was I? Of course, when my Barry heard that, it was all, whoa, hang on, 500 quid? 500 quid? Going through the octaves, you know. 500 fucking quid! Like it got more expensive. You paid 500 quid for a bloody talk! I came home from Waitrose the other day. packet of cherry tomatoes and a garlic ciabatta. When I got home, it was like talking to a soprano. How much? Yes, Barry, 500 quid, all right. And he said he'd pay us back when he can. Anyway, it's not just a talk, is it? It's an investment. Investment, he goes. What are you on about? It's a scam. It's not a scam. Of course it's a scam, he goes. It's not a scam, Barry. I say, how can it be a scam, right, when Vanessa of Loose Women endorsed it? Raving about it, she were. And I mean, the proof's in the pudding. Because have you seen her recently? She's absolutely glowing. Is she? He goes. Well, it's probably because she stopped having the pudding. I ignore that. It's not just her weight. I mean, it's her whole complexion, the way she carries herself these days, you know, full of confidence. It's not a scam, Barry, I say. He read the book, and he hadn't read a book in years. It were in W.H. Smith's, this book. Well, I'd only just popped in to get some envelopes, because, you know, we'd run out, but you know what it's like in there. Before I knew it, I had a Hello magazine and a Cadbury's Twirl in my basket. Couldn't find the bloody envelopes anywhere. It had its own little display. You can't, you must. It caught my eye. The key to owning your destiny. I mean, it's not that I was looking for a book, particularly, you know. Well, I mean, I was always looking for things, you know, anything that might help, but they were just there, on offer. You know, catchy little cover, a couple of decent reviews on the back, so, yeah, I thought to myself, well, it can't hurt, can it? Did you want a bag? Yes, please, love, yes. Key to owning your destiny, what's all that about then? I don't know, it's not for me, it's a present. All right, well, can I interest you in the new range of Terry's chocolate orange bars? Pardon? Oh, no, you're all right, thanks. Are you sure? The multi-packs are on offer. They're perfect size to share with friends or just enjoy as an individual snack. No, I'm all right, thank you. Oh, you must try them, Sylvia. Oh, fucking hell. Lives down our road, Cheryl. I thought it was you standing there. Fancy bumping into you in here. Oh, all right, Cheryl, love, yeah. Oh, you must try them. They're ever so nice. We like them in our house. They still come in the slices, you know. You know, like the little orange slices in the bowl. But they're going to put them in a bar, and they're so much easier to eat. Right, yeah, I see that, yes. Bloody hell, come on then. I'll give them a bash. Right, well, that'll be all for you then, not a problem. Yes, I'm hoping so, love. Yes, thank you. Oh, you got yourself a little book, I see. You going on your hollybobs? No, it's not the key to owning your destiny. Oh, that sounds a bit heavy, babes. Get you? Yeah, well, it's not for me. It's a present. Oh, who for? Proper nosy bitch. It's for Elliot, all right? It's for Elliot. Oh, bless him. Oh, yeah, that would cheer him up, wouldn't it? How's he doing? Yeah, he's fine, thanks, Cheryl, love. Yes, listen, I've got to go. I only popped in for envelopes. Yeah, don't worry about the bag. Receipt? No, thank you. Well, if you don't have the receipt, you won't be able to bring it back. Yeah, well, I'm sure he's going to love it. And if he doesn't, well, he's got a little chocolate orange bar to tuck into now, hasn't he, instead? So, yeah, give my love to Tony, won't you, Cheryl? Bye, love. Bye-bye. Oh, God. That'll be all over the estate tomorrow. I didn't even think he'd read it. Barry, listen. Look, I've been doing a bit of Googling, right? Done a little bit of research about the forums, got some reviews, right? Listen to this. Ready? I went 2 years ago. It blew my mind. I was depressed, angry and alone. Now, I'm earning 6 figures and I've never been happier. I show him. He has a look. See, living his best life. He reads it. Sloppy Wet 13. No, it's a username, Barry, I go. He says he knows it's a username. I know it's a username, love, but you get a pretty good idea about a user from a username like that, don't you? Oh, you don't read the forums, you don't understand this sort of thing. All right then, this one then. Justin, that normal enough for you? Justin? The most transformational experience I've ever had. I came away with renewed clarity and focus. And that's adjusting. Nothing wrong with adjusting. You work with adjusting. Or this one, look. He has the ability to explain things with the energy and enthusiasm to help anybody who might be feeling lost. Our Elliot, isn't it? Lost. Our Elliot to a T. I mean, this could be him. Well, they could all be him. I mean, it goes on. And there's nothing here about it being a scam or a waste of money or anything like that. Right? He read the book, Barry, all right? He read the book. He loved the book. He made little notes in it. He underlined things. He used a highlighter. A highlighter? Ooh, did he? Wow. Can't be a load of bollocks then if you used a highlighter, can it? Trying to be funny. It's not funny. He used a highlighter. I didn't even think we had a highlight. Anyway, I said, all right, it might be a load of bollocks. You might be right. But, I mean, if it helps, I mean, the book helps. If this helps, then at least he's getting him out, out the house. He's meeting people. He's going somewhere. He's doing something. Surely that's got to be a good thing. Well, he can't argue with that because he hadn't been out the house in 3 months. Barely left his room. I mean, barely left his bed by this point, and he weren't in a good place. We needed to do something. Anyway, I say to him, you spend 300 quid on your season ticket. Yeah, he goes, that's for a season, though, Sylv. And I say, you don't get anything out of it, do you? Yeah, I get 21 games of football for a start. And I get a 10% discount if I hire a function room. He's never hired a function room. You never hired a function room? Well, yeah, only because we've never had any functions, he goes. Oh, we've had plenty of bloody functions, Barry, I tell him. Our 40th wedding anniversary, that were a function, weren't it? Why weren't that a fucking function room function? Shuts him up. He forgot, didn't he? Yeah. He rushed me off to a harvester for lunch. Only, of course, it was already fully booked, so we end up sitting in the corner by the fruit machine, eating off our laps. 40 years of marriage celebrated on a stool over a soggy Yorkshire pudding. Anyway, I leave the printouts on the side and storm off, let him think he's won. He hasn't. I know he'll read them. I watch him eating his toast, flicking through, pretending not to care, shaking his head, tutting at all the spelling mistakes. You don't say anything, but I know I've won. Yeah. I can't wait to go upstairs and tell him. I think about printing the ticket off, and leaving it by the side of his bed, as a sort of surprise, but no, I want to see his smile when he finds out. Yeah, I'm going to tell him face to face. He'll be over the moon. He might give me a hug. Oh, thanks, Mum, he'll go. That's all right, sweetheart. Let's get you back on your feet, shall we? Yeah, I'm going to tell him face to face. I wait till Barry leaves for work, and then I make us a brew. One for him, one for me. And I leave mine in the kitchen on the side, and I take his up on a little tray, with a little choppy bicky on the side. And I go upstairs, and I knock on the door. No answer. Go in. Oh, it stinks. He's still asleep. Morning, love. He rolls over, pulls the cover over his head. Harriet, are you awake, love? I open the curtain just a little bit. Let's get a little bit of light in here, shall we? You don't say anything. It's a beautiful day out there, sun's shining. He tells me to fuck off. So I leave the tray by the side of the bed and it's not the right time, obviously. I'll print it off and I'll give it to him later. Yeah. I wish I hadn't though. Yeah, I wish I hadn't.
Rule number 1. The shit that happened yesterday can't be changed. We know this, but we ignore it anyway. Time flows in one direction. So if you want to change something, if you want to grow, the only chance you're going to have to do it is right now, in this moment. So where are you? Who's ready to seize this moment? Let's hear from you. Raise your hands. Who's got something they would like to break through?
Of course, nobody wants to go first, do they? I don't, anyway. I feel like a kid in a classroom again, you know, looking at the floor, hands in my pockets. Don't pick me, sir. Please don't pick me.
Who's got something they want to change?
Although maybe I should go first. Yeah, I could say what I need to say and then leave. I mean, I could be on for lunch. Barry doesn't even know I'm here. I wouldn't even have to explain it.
Come on, raise your hand so I can see you.
No, I'm not ready yet, no. No, I'll let someone else go first. I'll go later, yeah.
Yes, okay, you there, yes.
Oh, girl along from me a bit. She's only young. She's sort of half putting up her hand. And I'm thinking to myself, go on, pick her. Go on, pick her.
Yes, you. Yes, love. Give it a hand, everybody. Stand up, love. Tell us your name and where you're from.
She's pretty. Can't be more than 19, 20. She looks nervous, though. She's not sure. A member of staff runs over, sticks a microphone into her hand. She takes it, and shaking. She's committed now. Oh my God, Polly.
Speaking to the mic for me, love, okay?
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Sorry.
It's all right.
So, Polly.
And we're all thinking to ourselves, fucking hell, thank you, Polly.
From Bristol. Well, I'm a student there. Yeah. No, I'm actually from Braintree originally.
Well, all right, Polly from Braintree originally. Talk to me.
Oh my God. This is so weird. I'm not being funny or nothing, but I have followed you on Insta since school. And, oh my God. I literally can't stop shaking.
Polly, what's going on for you right now?
We're all thinking, I bet he's thinking, oh, I should have picked someone else.
Come on, love. What's going on for you?
Basically, it all started when I was about 14. And something's not right with me, Jessie. And like now I'm at college, it's just kind of getting a bit. Don't know, I feel like a mug. Don't matter, Jessie. I mean, I feel a bit embarrassed just even thinking about it. Ask someone else.
Polly, look at me. Don't you dare back away now, love. Something made you get up just then, something powerful. Who else felt that? Say I. Yes, you rose to your feet. You have the floor.
I know, sorry. No, it's nothing, honestly. It's
Polly,
nothing.
if you're not willing to be honest with me in this moment, how can you ever expect to be honest with yourself?
I cut myself.
Okay, thank you, Polly. Why did you cut yourself?
I don't know. It's getting worse.
Oh, God, I mean, I want to give Polly a hug. Everyone's staring at her, right? And she's still got that microphone up to her mouth. I'm sure that's the first time she's ever said that, let alone into a microphone. For God's sake, someone should be giving her a hug. But nobody does, no. No, they're just all waiting for him. Smile. Makes me want to smile. No, I didn't come here to smile. But it just all keeps growing and growing and building and now people are starting to get to their feet. And all the while he's just up there, nodding along, watching it all unfold. This room full of strangers just being filled up with something. It was something nice. It was like fucking mint, Mum, he goes. Like the energy in the room and that, you know, the vibe. I can't explain it, but you could feel it. It was fucking buzzing, man. Do you know what I mean? I'd waited months to hear him say anything like that, and now he's all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, the whole fucking room's vibrating, Mum. You know, it were mad, it were insane. You know, all these really cool people in one place, Mum, you know, all like willing each other on, you know, like, oh, in the moment, and, oh, Mum, like, I really saw myself. Oh, did you, love? Yeah, it were like, for the first time in my life, I fucking knew who I were. Oh, that's lovely, love. Yeah, and the thing is, Mum, like, the thing is, I get it now, yeah? That's the thing, I get it. Like, all the time, you know, I was so confused, I were there all the time, but I thought I was wasting my time, but you know, like Jesse, right, he goes that most people, they overestimate what they can accomplish in a year, but they underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. So fucking true, Mum, isn't it, huh? It's fucking true. I got loads of time. We've all got loads of time. You've got loads of time, Mum. No, you see, just at that moment I didn't, because I was just literally on my way out to the doctors to go and get Baristat, and I was already running late and all. I can't believe I'd waited all this time for him to talk to me like that, and I wouldn't have stopped him. Anyway, later on, he tells me that he'd made a friend there, Alexis. And they were going to start a business together, you know, something to do with computers, a platform or something, you know, coaching young people online. NTFs, I think he said, something like that. Didn't quite understand that bit. Anyway, they were going to meet down in London because Alexis knew some people there, and they were going to rent a working space, East London, cheaper rates apparently, and they were going to get an angel investor on board. And they were going to expand, you know, scale up properly, attack the market, grow it, then sell it, you know, that was the plan. I think we're onto something, Mum, he goes. Oh, I hope so, love. No, seriously, Mum, I really think we're onto something here. Well, I didn't really mind either way, you know, I'm just over the moon, you know. Thanks, Mum, he goes. I'm going to pay you back every penny, I swear. That's all right, love. No, I was just over the moon, you know, because he just seemed like really, really alive, you know, and eventually, though, the clapping all stops. So.
Good, right, before we go any further with this, I want you all to partner up. I want you to look at the person sitting next to you. If you already know them, find someone you don't know. We are going to break into pairs.
Oh, God. Of course, I'm sitting next to sweaty bloke from earlier, aren't I? Brilliant. Oh, hang on, though. He's looking the other way. There's a girl sat the other side of him. Younger than me, she is. I feel quite rejected. Not for long though. I watch him moving in. Creep. He's tapping her on the arm. Shall we? He goes. Oh, she looks gutted. She's got no choice. He goes in for a hug. Well, more of a cuddle, really. His hands are everywhere, all squeezing. Oh, creep. I catch eyes with her. Help me, she seems to be saying. Help me. Oh, sorry, love. No, I can't. I'm with Oregano. Hiya. Do you want to, yeah? Okay, yeah, Sylvia. Rachel. Oh, lovely to meet you, Rachel.
Good, okay, so here's the thing. We're going to try something. The person you've just connected with is your mission partner, okay? Now, for the next few minutes, we're going to uncover something that's been controlling you for your entire lives. Perhaps without you even knowing it. We're going to share it. And you're going to either transform it or you're going to enhance it, okay? Are you with me? And the way we're going to do this is you're going to tell your mission partner, this person you don't know, this complete and utter fucking stranger, you're going to open up to them right now and you're going to tell them what your statement is. Yes, your mission statement, your personal mission statement in life. One core sentence, a trigger for all that you are, what you're on this earth to be and what you're here to do.
Well, we turn to face each other, shuffle our chairs round a little bit, you know, nervous giggle. Oh, it's never very comfortable, this kind of thing, is it? Oh, turns out it's sage. It's good for the skin, apparently. It eliminates toxins. I'm thinking I might get Barry some for his feet. He's got horrible feet, very dry. Oh, and she's not a yoga teacher. No. Traffic warden. I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years.
No, I don't want to hear any fucking small talk. We don't have time, okay? Skip the shit about the weather and what you had for breakfast. I want you to look into each other's eyes. And I want you to share your personal mission statement. One sentence, 5 minutes, right now. Go. Vamos!
Well, she went first. Didn't even have to think about it.
Easy.
She goes.
I'm here to help heal this wounded planet. Not just for me, no, for my children and my children's children.
Well, she hasn't actually got any children yet, she tells me. Plans to, though, one day. They're trying. Anyway, when she does, she wants to know that she's done her bit. You know, that's why she became a traffic warden in the first place. Quite clever, really.
One ticket at a time.
She goes.
Nobody dares bring a car into my patch anymore.
Well, that's one way of doing it, I suppose. It beats sitting on your arse in the middle of the M25, don't it? Oh, well, good for you, I say to her. You know, taking the initiative. And then we carry on chit-chatting, you know, for a little bit, mainly about pregnancy, you know. When I became pregnant, how I felt about it, how old I was, how he felt about it, how long it took us. I get the feeling that this whole saving the planet thing probably comes second to Rachel. But I didn't say anything. I mean, she seems nice. I'm sure it will happen for her one day. I hope so.
So, over to you then, Sylvia. Why are you here?
Oh, me? Well, just a bit curious, really, I tell her.
Oh, not here, she says. Here. In this life, what's your statement?
All right, last minute warning, guys. Start wrapping it up.
I said, I'm trying to think about it. I don't know. What's my statement? I mean, I think I know what my statement is. I just don't want to tell her. No. I want to tell him. I want to share it with him because he's the one I spent 500 quid to share my statement with. Him up there. Oh, statement. I don't know really. What that's my statement.
All right, wrap it up, please,
I'm
guys.
going to have to say something because she's getting all panicky, like willing me on. My statement, I don't know really, it's just, I don't know, basic.
All right, time, that's time.
Oh, she looks ever so annoyed.
Right, has everyone been able to share? Raise your hand, say aye. Now, keep these statements. Write them down. We're going to look at this again during the self-development session later this afternoon, okay? Now, you just made the first step towards turning the invisible into something visible. You sense that? You feel that? It feels like progress, yeah? Well, let's keep it going. On your feet. We're going to bring ourselves back up to peak energy. 20 seconds on your feet, motherfuckers. Let's go! Yes! Where your energy flows, your focus goes. Keep it going. That's it. Good job.
Oh, I think I've spun the link.
Yes. Let's go.
We
Who's
move
next?
on.
Who's next?
So, the bloke at the back, his wife has left him, and he misses tucking the kids into bed, and on top of all that, he's lost all his life savings on that crypto thing, whatever that is. He feels he's let everyone down.
Graham, let me stop you there, okay? Before we go any further with this, I'm going to ask you something, okay? A simple question. And in fact, you can all ask yourselves the very same thing, because it's an important one, okay? Are you ready? Do you love yourself?
Of course, old sweaty bollocks over there, he's nodding away. Of course he is.
Come on, Graham, it's not a trick question, it's your gut response.
Graham isn't, though.
Not clearly. I mean, Graham, it's written all over your face. It's in your body posture, all hunched, closed off. I mean, you may as well be wearing a great big fucking sign around your neck that says, "Hi, I'm Graham and I don't think very much of myself." Does everyone see that? Can you see that? Say aye. So now here's the thing. And I've been teaching this for years. But the so-called scientists have only just started to realise it too. I want you to do something for me, Graham, lad, right now. I want you to stand. Don't worry about it, Elaine. Stand as tall as you can. That's it. Yeah, taller. Now roll your shoulders back. There you go. Lift your chin. Go ahead. Put your hands on your hips. Good lad. There, taller. Bigger, stronger. There. Do you feel that? What do you feel, Graham?
Well, I think he's probably feeling like a knobhead. But no, he's saying he sort of feels more powerful. I mean, he looks like a knobhead.
You look fantastic, Graham. Now, stay like that, exactly like that. Does everyone see what's happened here? Can you see this, Graham? Simply by changing Graham's physiological state, we've just transformed this self-loathing, pathetic, I don't think very much of myself shell of a man that we all just met into this. Oh. A new Graham. An alpha Graham. A Graham that's proud of who he is and what he can offer. A Graham that's purposeful. Am I right? A Graham that has just fallen back in love with himself.
I mean, he's just Graham with his hands on
Now,
his
you
hips.
need to remember this. You need to remember this. It's very important. The emotions we experience are created by the emotions we make. Okay, write it down, remember it, all of you. Rule number 2, numero dos. Motion creates emotion. Recite it in your head every day. Change your physical state and you become what?
Bloody Christopher Reeve, by the way.
Exactly. You'll become in control of your emotional experience. And when you're in control of that, then wow, then you are free. Then you can start choosing how to interact with the world, choosing your outlook on life, choosing to shift towards an empowered state, and start discovering the greatness that lies within you. And all you need is
A girlfriend. I always thought a girlfriend would help, you know. Or a boyfriend. I mean, it don't matter to me, just someone, you know. Someone, you know, else to think about, someone to share it all with, you know. Yeah, well, how's he going to find himself a girlfriend when he's got no prospects? I'll tell you what he needs, love. He needs a job. That's what he bloody needs. He needs a reason to get up in the morning. That's what he needs. I don't know why we always felt the need to tell him what he needed, but we did. I mean, Jesus Christ, Sylvia gets a cup of bloody tea every morning and a biscuit. He's not a kid anymore. He's 25 years old and he's just throwing his life away. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, and we're just making it, fucking encouraging him to do it. We weren't. We need to be tougher. I didn't want to be tougher. You're making it too comfortable for him. Shall I tell you what the real problem is, love? I'll tell you what the real problem is. You like knowing he's up there doing nothing. Yeah? You prefer knowing he's up there doing nothing than worrying about him being out there doing something. It weren't that. It weren't that at all. Well, it was just that I like knowing that I was down here, you know, just in case he needed me, you know, just in case. Well, I'll tell you something, love, he goes. This can't fucking go on because it's no fucking good for anyone. Not for him, not for us. We need to do something. We need to... What? What do you suggest, Barry? Huh? That we kick him out? That we chuck our son out the house? Is that what you're planning, eh? Do you think that's going to make me worry even less? Do you? Because I don't. Anyway, he's not being lazy. He's just trying to figure things out. He's an entrepreneur, Barry. They all are these days. Entrepreneur. Give me strength. He's just needs a bit more time, all right? He's young. Young? He's 25, Sylvia. For Christ's sake, when I was 25, Oh, here we go. I knew this would come in. Yeah, all right, Barry. When you were 25,
When I was 25, I had nothing, all right? Zero. Broke. I tried working, being corporate, fired. I tried setting up businesses, failed. I'm out of ideas, do you know what I mean? I'm sleeping on my sister's sofa. And I don't mind saying this now, but I'm a loser. Okay? I'm actually lost at this point. Feeling completely fucking sorry for myself. And then one morning, as my sister's getting ready for work and she's trying to get her kids ready for school, it's fucking loud. They're screaming, it's crazy. Running around the place, these bloody kids, and all I want to do is just go back to sleep and forget everything, you know what I mean? And then as they're leaving the door, my sister asks me, she asked me to go and pick up some milk. And that's it. Now I'm staying there rent-free at this point. She has 2 kids, nice house, good job. And she just goes and asks me to pick up some milk. Like, that's it. Like, that's my one job for the day, my contribution. But I literally don't have a pound to my name. So I look back at her. And it kills me to say this, but I look at her and I say, listen, sis, I can't afford a bottle of milk, I'm sorry. I mean, pathetic, right? This might sound familiar to some of you. Graham, lad, you feel me? I know you do, you've been there, lad. But I'll never forget what she said. Without raising her voice, without getting mad, without pitying me or feeling sorry or anything like that. She just looks right back at me in the eyes and she says, listen to me, soft lad. You're going to go and pick up some milk for us today, all right? And the way she said it. And so I get up, I get dressed, and I spend the next 3 hours walking from business to business, asking, pleading for someone to give me a job, any job. And I get a job in QuickSave, stacking shelves. And I can start that evening, so I'm thinking, great. And so I work until midnight stacking these fucking shelves. And it's like really shitty work. But at the end of the shift, there's this bin right out the back with all the expired products where, you know, they throw them out at the end of the shift. Manager says we can take what we like home, so of course, what do? End of the shift, I can have a bottle of semi-skimmed, I go back to my sister's house in the early hours, and I whack it down on the kitchen table. And you know what? Something happens. Something happens. From the moment I put that bottle of milk down, everything changes. Everything. 2 years later, I own a house. By the time I'm 28, I've written a best-selling book and I've made the first million. And here I am 5 years on, talking to a room full of fucking people, most of you, with that exact same look on your face that I had on mine when I was a down and out, sleeping on my sister's sofa. Now the reason I'm telling you this, it isn't to boast, it isn't to big myself up. It's because I learned the single greatest lesson that day, and I've been using it ever since. It doesn't matter what you're searching for. Money, success, happiness, fulfillment, a bottle of fucking milk. Whatever it is that you're aiming for, you know, it all comes down to one thing only.
A downward spiral of negative thoughts, doctor said. Could be chemical, could be circumstantial. I don't think they really know, to be honest with you, but clinical. That's how she diagnosed it. It scared me, that. Scared Barry even more, I think. He went all quiet for a few days, you know, started blaming himself, you know, all that moaning about the jobs. It's nobody's fault, I tell him. I've been reading a lot about it. You know, it can happen to anyone, you know, any age. You know, in fact, I think your mother might have had it, looking back. Doctors did say it could be hereditary. I shouldn't have told him that. It made him cry. And I haven't seen him cry since she passed away back in, 86. But they said it were the best thing, you know, that we could have done, you know, seeking help, because now we could start the treatment. I think it were Zoloft at first, but that were pretty useless, you know, it kept him awake, made him feel sick, and then they tried him on Fluxy something. Couldn't find the right one to begin with, you know. There's a lot on the forums about it, actually, different side effects and so forth. But sertraline, though, that were a good one. That helped him quite a bit. Yeah, he was on that for a little while. Yeah, that one seemed to help him. You know, he sort of bounced back on that and got more positive, you know, more chatty. He even went to the football with Barry a couple of times, and they haven't done that in years. God. Yeah. They went off on the train together, just like the old days. All wrapped up, excited. I mean, they lost, but that didn't seem to matter. You know, he came back all smiles, you know, said they played really well. Deserved a draw, he thought, but they were a bit too weak in midfield. Oh, it used to bore me to tears, all that football talk. But no, he enjoyed that, I think, you know, and so did Barry. It meant a lot to him, you know, because, well, it turns out that he'd been renewing both their season tickets all this time. Yeah. Carrying 2 round in his wallet, just in case. I mean, he said it was because he liked the extra leg room, you know. But I knew it weren't that. I didn't say anything, though. Could have done, though, couldn't I? 600 quid a year that had been costing us. 600 bloody quid! No, I was just glad that he got to use it, you know. Twice. Cancelled now, of course. I think that were hard for him, but yeah, no, he was much better for a bit, you know. Well, no, a bit better anyway, and then he got worse again. I think it could be a bit like that, you know, a bit up and down. Doctor seemed to think so anyway, you know. She signed him up for some therapy. CBT, I think it were. A 2-pronged approach. An opportunity to talk it out, you know, properly. I mean, I don't know why he couldn't have just talked to me. Because I was right Dad used to talk to me, you know, when you were little. He talked to me all the time, you know, and I couldn't shut him up, actually. But, no, I don't know why he couldn't just talk to me. But no, the doctor said no, it needs to be someone neutral. You know, it has to be a professional, someone who were trained to deal with this sort of thing, you know, sensitively.
Good, yes. You. Big girl, red jumper, yeah, you.
We move on.
Yeah, you. Give it a mic.
Jessica, overweight, low self-esteem.
Tell me about your father. Tell me about him.
She says her father's the most generous person on the planet.
Oh, generous was he? Yeah, taught you to be his chubby little princess, didn't he? Yeah, I bet he did. The cunt.
Like that? That's what he said. Just come out with it like that, out of nowhere.
Listen to me, Jessica. Sometimes we need to hear language like that. Just shock ourselves back into the reality of the moment. Do you understand?
I didn't. I hate that word. But Jessica seemed to. I can't believe it. She's nodding along, agreeing with him. No, of course she doesn't need her father's approval anymore. Oh, yeah, it's all clear now. Her desperation for his acceptance was what was holding her back. She's over the moon. For Jessica, this is a major breakthrough. And she's busy thanking him for calling her dad a... We move on.
Yes, you. Glasses, yeah, you.
Irene. Unhappy in a relationship, unfulfilled.
Irene, pick up your phone. Pick up your phone. You're going to ring him right now and you're going to dump him. If you want to, it's your decision. It's yours to own, but we're all here to support you. Go on, pick up your phone, ring him. Ring the bastard. Dump him.
She's not sure. I'm hoping she doesn't, but the audience are all willing her on. She's paid 500 quid to make this choice. She makes it. We all watch. Boyfriend hangs up. The music blasts.